agencies.
It's your Hump Day.
Hump Day, yeah!
High Noon Atlanta radio show for the entrepreneurs to the small business owners and nonprofit organizations hang out for their opportunity to be on the ledge. Now, let's welcome your host, Carl Callender.
Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the ledge at the top of the hour on Hump Day, 12 noon. I am so happy. I've been waiting for this show since last week. I have a very, very special guest here. Her name is Miss Cynthia Harper with Harper Enterprises. How you doing? Cynthia, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much.
Okay,
I'm absolutely wonderful. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good volume? Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
So what I wanted to do is definitely make a quick announcement before we get started. Number one, this announcement is very important. October 9th is the last day for everyone to register to vote. This voting year is very important for everybody. So let's go ahead and get out there and vote. Let's get out there and make sure we register to vote no later than October 9th. That is the deadline. And you should definitely, when it's time for early voting, go ahead and do it. Let's do it in October. Let's not wait till November to the last minute. Let's make sure we get these votes in as early as possible. All right? That's my public service announcement for today about voting. We got to do this, everybody. Now, Miss Cynthia Harper, how you been doing?
I've been absolutely wonderful.
Great. I wanted to go over a little bit of your accolades here, and you are a very busy person, and you have a lot of awards. If I named all the awards, you wouldn't even have time to talk.
Well, okay, can we straighten out one thing?
Go ahead.
Can you not call me busy and just say I'm productive?
Productive.
Thank you.
Much better.
Purposeful.
That's what the show is about too.
Yes.
So let's go over a few here. I'm gonna name a few. A couple ones I see here is a 2018 honorary humanitarian PhD from the National Community of Volunteer Service. We have another one here for 2018 outstanding Georgia citizen, and another one here that's real good. First runner-up for Community Action Project by Dress for Success Worldwide. Now, are you a member of any of these organizations?
Well, I am a very active participant with Dress for Success Atlanta, and actually now Dress for Success Worldwide. The honorary PhD and the honorary outstanding Georgia citizen is a result of years of working in the community. Mm-hmm. So when you say a part of them, I'm a part of other agencies and groups throughout the world, but in particular in the Metro Atlanta community. And because of that, I was just recognized for serving in Georgia and so to be given or extended or bestowed an honorary PhD, it's an honor. Some people use it as call me Dr. Harper. I don't use that because I'm not, incredibly impressed with titles, but it is an honor. And, I know that before there's honor, there must be humility. So. Correct.
Yes. Now, let's tell everybody pretty much about what you do, what you offer the community.
Absolutely. Well, I'm certified. I have 3 certifications. One of them is I'm a certified life coach. The other one is I'm a certified federal contract professional, where I train people how to do business in the federal government market. And then I'm a certified adult trainer. And with those certifications, I've been very fortunate to have an audience where I can speak into corporate America. I'm very fortunate. I spoke for companies like Cisco and Macy's and Randstad, Diamond in the Rough, conferences, universities, Texas A&M. So I get to share the knowledge that I've garnered throughout the years of serving and doing first one thing and the other. I love coaching in the government market to show people that there are great contracts out there, but there's work to do.
Yes.
When it's talking about garnering a government contracts. It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, but it's available.
It's definitely available.
It's definitely available. But more than that, I'm a woman of purpose, a woman who is dedicated. I don't care if it's the kid on the street with the pants sagging. I'm dedicated to serve people. It's not even about an accolade and award. Those are great to have.
Right.
And you don't serve to get them, but when you serve, you eventually will receive them.
Right.
So I'm a server. I'm a community server.
You're a community server. Yes, you are. Now, let's talk about something here. I know a couple of weeks ago you had the pleasure of going up to New York, and I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to let you talk about that event. Please do.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things that people say is when luck meets opportunity. What would they say luck is? When preparation meets opportunity. That's what they say. But I also believe in the favor of God and being blessed and being restored. A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure through Dress for Success as being chosen the 2018 delegate, or winning as a delegate for creating a community action program called the award-winning 5M Purpose Journey, where we work with women and help them to be restored and reacclimate themselves back into the community. I was chosen by the company Clear Eyes, and they are the eye solution company.
Right.
Now, actually, it's under the label of Prestige Brand, but they invited me to come back to New York. Well, let me back it up. This summer, I shot a commercial for them, which was incredible to have a company of that caliber you shooting a commercial for. But the great thing was, it wasn't a commercial that was difficult. I was able to share my story of hard knocks, of what I went through, everything I lost, my 8 years in the struggle, what it was like when I had nothing. And so they've created what they call a shining moment. And so Vanessa Williams is the official spokesperson for the brand. Well, little old me.
I don't know if you can say that now. If you representing and you standing with Vanessa Williams.
They invited little old me to Fashion Week to meet with Vanessa Williams, and she only interviewed with a couple of people, and I was one of the couple, and we talked about stories and things for women and how we need to reinvent ourselves, and had an opportunity just to enjoy a phenomenal fashion show and watch some new designers and get all dolled up and fancied up with makeup and eyelashes by all the professional makeup artists that was there. And again, that was just a reward for serving. I didn't do it for that. I had no idea that was going to be the end result. But yes, that was it.
Okay, so you didn't even know this was coming.
Oh, no. This was totally unexpected, to be whisked off to New York with limousines and staying in Manhattan at a first-class 5-star hotel and, just stipend. And it was an incredible turnaround event for me, just incredible.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was great.
So what was, you did tell me something that was, that I thought was very fascinating. You said Vanessa Williams was excited to meet you.
She was. Let me tell you, when I got there, she was like, "Hey, girl." And she high-fived me. I can't wait to get a copy of that picture. She high-fived me and said, "I've been shooting you out on my Facebook page. I've been shooting you out on my Instagram. I'm so impressed with your story." And just to think a woman of that caliber who, of course, she's got a story. We all have a story, Carl.
We all have a story.
Every one of us, we have a story. And she has a story. So she could appreciate the story of a hard time because publicly her story was displayed and played out.
Yes.
So it was, she was excited to meet me. And so she embraced me and talked about how proud she was of me. And I thought that was interesting.
That was very nice. I mean, that tells about her character. Now, we have a couple of minutes before we have to go on a break, but before we do, I want you to let everyone know how they can reach you and contact you, and you brush on the services that you do have, but definitely they need to know how to get in touch with you.
Okay, absolutely. You can reach me. I am a professional speaker. I'm a professional coach, and I have a women's ministry, a women's program that I work with called the 5M Purpose Journey. But you can reach me. I'm going to give you an easy address. Well, I don't know that if it's easy, but it's you can reach me 404-932-2601. You can reach me via, the best way to reach me is to email me.
Okay.
And that's cyn@charperenterprises.com.
Okay, that's pretty simple. Hopefully everybody got that. That's CYN as in Nancy at Harper Enterprises with a S harperentterprises.com.
Absolutely.
Great, great, great. So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to indulge a little bit deeper on your journey, because I know you have a lot to offer and a lot to give out to the listeners here today. So let's do that. We're going to take a quick break, and you're on the ledge on the Real 1100.
Do you have a lawyer? Do you have legal representation that covers all 15 areas of law? That includes consumer finance, traffic, real estate planning, family law, landlord-tenant, collection, personal injury, and immigration, to name a few. Can they assist and help prepare your will right from your smartphone by downloading an app? Will they review contracts before you sign them without a retainer fee? If your answer is no and want affordable, unlimited access to a good law firm that represents you, your family, and your business, then you should contact Carl Callender at 470-322-5578. That's 470-322-5578. Call today.
If you've been hurt or injured in a car or truck wreck at no fault of your own, you need Lady Justice. If you've been charged with a crime and you need the best defense attorney in Georgia, you need Lady Justice. Kate's Law Firm is the name to call when you need Lady Justice on your case, working to get you the best results. When you need Lady Justice on your side, call Kate's Law Firm, 770-477-2070. That's 770-477-2070.
Thank you. Welcome back to the show. I have Miss Cynthia Harper here with C. Harper Enterprises.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us once again. And I want to, on this segment right here, I want to talk about your journey. Let's talk about your business journey and how you got started and everything, and just give everybody a little insight on that part.
Absolutely. Let me first say this to you. Like most people, I started out in business 20-something years ago. My background in corporate America was that of a senior IT recruiter. So I learned to IT recruit. I worked for companies like Delta and Kaiser and ACS Technology, and I was an executive IT recruiter. And so at one point I got bold and said, I'm going to branch out and start my own IT recruiting firm. Well, let me share something with you. All that's great, having a skill, but running a business is a whole different story.
Yes. I'm going through that right now.
Yeah, having a business is a whole different story. And so I started out, and I was fortunate in it. I was very fortunate. I did not, like some people, it was a disaster. I was fortunate. I landed a contract staffing for a network operations center. I staffed some of the systems engineers and the help desk professionals and the second level engineers, and that was great. And then I found a company that was mature, and they began to mentor me, and that was great. And then they thrust me into the big league, and they said, hey, we're getting ready to bid on a national bid with a major aeronautical company, and we need an IT recruitment firm that's owned by a female as a partner. As you know, when you do business in the government sector, there are certain set-asides for women. And so I was chosen to work with this large firm to be a part of their team to help this large aeronautical firm to win contracts. And so for 6 to 8 months, we began to process for that bid. And I went through all types of, training and trying to get myself prepared for that. And it started out great.
Okay.
Woo, I was excited.
Okay.
I was a part of a $100 million contract win for 10 years. So I thought.
So you thought?
Yeah. Oh, now they won the contract.
Uh-oh.
The aeronautical company was bidding against another company for a major vendor here in the state of Georgia.
Right.
So they won the contract. But because when you're green at something and you think you know, this is the thing about business. You need to understand that this is not just the skill that you have. Business is a full gamut. You need to know it all. I didn't get a dime of business out of that contract, out of that $100 million contract.
No way.
No way. In fact, when they won the contract and we had the celebration, the award was given to another female company. But there wasn't but yeah.
I'm kind of lost there. I thought you were the company.
I thought I was too. Well, they needed my numbers to win the contract.
Oh.
And so they did just that. But again, when you're young and you don't really understand the process of business, and you think, oh, I can recruit this and I can recruit that, and I knew that I could find the talent because that was my background, but I didn't understand the whole gamut of business.
Wow.
And I didn't have myself secured and protected. And so all my hard work for 6 to 8 months, preparing to set up an office, getting computers, putting things in place, it didn't work out because on the back end, my legal paperwork wasn't totally in place. And so when they started awarding the contract, I didn't get any of the business. Now, that's not the company that brought me in's fault. That was a large company's fault.
Okay.
Because they took the business at hand that they'd worked with in the past, and they extended them the contract.
That was just a learning experience.
And I'm not angry about it anymore.
Okay.
Anymore.
How long did it take you to?
Ooh, it took me about 5 years to get over that one.
Oh, wow. It might have took me longer.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So let's touch on let's go a little bit further back. I'm sorry. I want everyone to know where you're from.
Okay.
What college you went to.
Okay.
And how did you land in Atlanta?
Oh, that's a good story.
Okay.
And you have no idea. So I'm from a little beautiful town called Kingsville, Texas. Kingsville, Texas is a little town way down close to the border. Growing up in Kingsville, Texas, my mother's, one of her good friends, was the president of Clark Atlanta University, and her husband was the president of Morris Brown at one time.
Okay.
And she had given me a free scholarship to Clark Atlanta University. But I thought I was in love when it was time to leave.
Okay.
And so my parents packed up the van. I had a free full 4-year scholarship at Clark Atlanta University for guess what? For communications. Because this is where my heart and soul is.
Right.
I'm passionate about communicating the message of television and radio. And I thought I was in love, and I did not come.
You did not come?
No, ma'am. The morning before my parents were pulling off to leave to come to Atlanta, I said, but I love him. I can't leave.
Uh-oh. Love stopped you.
Silliness stopped me. Foolishness stopped me. I could kick myself in the heel right now over that thing 1,000 times because I had to eventually go back and, of course I went to school back home at Texas A&M. Well, it was Texas A&I at the time.
Right.
It's now Texas A&M. They've merged. And then I re-educated myself through the University of Phoenix. But all of that's craziness because I had a full ride. Now I have school loans that I have to pay.
Whoa.
Because I made a bad decision.
We all make them.
We make them.
Yeah.
And we live and we get through them. But they cost us.
Yeah, somehow they do. Financially, yeah.
Yeah, financially they cost us. And so it cost me greatly. And so the very thing that I was really created to do, now I'm going back to doing that. And that's radio and television and speaking and that kind of thing. But I circumvented the process and took the wrong route. Though what's meant for me is for me.
Right.
And it can't be taken from me. But I aborted the easier steps to it. I aborted the process and took the longest journey.
Right. Those are good information. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't get to hear the struggles.
Oh yeah.
They always get to hear. They always get to hear the good parts.
The
Everybody
success.
likes to put out there what's the happy stuff, the good stuff, the positive stuff, and that can be misleading to other people outside looking in because they don't know about the struggles. And that's one reason why I have this show here, to let people know each individual that comes on this show has their own journey, their own process. And some may take longer than others, but everybody's different, but everybody's making it. There is success. So I'm glad that you shared that with us.
Absolutely.
Now, but right before we go on break, because we have another one coming up.
Sure.
How did you get to Atlanta?
So Atlanta was always meant for me. When I was a child, I dreamed that I would live in Atlanta. And if you go back and read my journal, all the things that I'm living today, I had written when I was a child. So my passion, my heart was always for Atlanta. And I saw an article once about the most prominent cities for African Americans to live in, and Atlanta was on that list. The Peel Hill community in Chicago, a community in LA. So I knew Atlanta was where I was supposed to be.
Okay.
So I came on my own. My parents gave me permission to come to Atlanta when I was about 22 or 23.
Okay.
But I was green. Ooh.
It was great. So when we come back, we're going to talk about when you got here, what happened after that.
Okay,
All
wonderful.
Right? All right. So we're going to take a break right now, everybody. You're on the Real 1100 on the Ledge. We'll be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows,
Well, isn't that special?
all on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Everybody, welcome back. Thank you. That was a short break. I was not expecting that, but it's a good one because we still have a lot to talk about. Cynthia, so once you got here in Atlanta, what happened?
Well, there was a lot of hit and miss, but then I finally landed on my feet and I became an IT recruiter. A very good way to make a living. I don't know if that I enjoyed the information technology portion of it, but what I did enjoy was the people portion of it. And that was meeting people, presenting them opportunities, showing them a way, just interviewing people over and over again, showing them a way to get a better job, exposing them to other geographical locations, treating them to information that they weren't normally accustomed to. So as an IT recruiter, it's a great thing is you can work with people and you can show them dynamics that they're not normally exposed to. And so I love that job. And I did that job for off and on for 20 years, either for corporations or for myself. Because at one time I did go into business as an IT recruiting firm before the market crashed. And that was incredible. I love that.
Good. So let's talk about business, because I know you have a lot of information that you want to share with the listeners about this business and purpose. Go ahead.
You know, because I want to prevent people from making the pitfalls that I made, one of the things I want to tell you about business is you need to be prepared. You might have an incredible skill, and you might can do something very well, but there are many different steps and arms and legs to connecting the dots for the business to be successful. You need to understand it, to assess your business, to have a strategy for your business, to be educated, and then all the registration processes, formation in terms of LLC, C corporation, A corporation, your D&B number, your EIN numbers. You need to understand what it is to register and get yourself certified as a veteran or a woman-owned or, a DBE, a disadvantaged company. Understand that portion of the business is very, very important. And then you need to understand how to promote your business. What is the image of the business that people see? Because we know image and branding is not what you think. It's what other people think of you.
Correct.
It's what other people think of you. And then after you go through the imaging, how do I market this? Now that I have the right image, the right email address, the right logo, the right colors, the right dynamics for my business, now how do I develop the relationships to garner business?
Yes.
There are steps to this thing. And then you need to understand, okay, what is the opportunity? So I've landed this opportunity with Car Calendars Company. What is it? How do I successfully service you as my business, as my client, as the end user? And then how do I sustain a relationship and keep everything running in the business?
You know what? A lot of individuals or customer service goes a long way.
It does.
And we there's so many businesses, and I'm not gonna say so many. There's businesses that need to make sure you put that up front. That needs to be number one, because you want to maintain your clientele, and that's through customer service and great communication.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy that you broke that down, because there's so many levels and so many steps. Just me personally, I'm new to this thing. I'm only a year out of being in corporate America, out here on a daily grind every day and building relationships and making sure my affairs are in order. And time management. Let's talk about time management.
My goodness. Well, when you're in business for yourself, your time is your money. And so you need to know what you need to be doing and not need to be doing at the time. when we're small business owners, we wear every hat that there is. And so if you're going to wear every hat, then if you're going to understand how to do imaging and marketing and build the relationships, your time must be counted for. You need to have a daily plan. And you need to have a plan for your business and work that plan. And many people have great ideas, but they don't work a plan.
You're right.
They just don't work the plan. They don't follow through.
Right.
They mean well.
Right. And a lot of times that once you have that plan written down, you definitely got to write the plan down. There are going to be daily or weekly adjustments.
Weekly, daily adjustments all the time. Absolutely right. See, what changes in life is the principles always remain the same. It's the methodology, the processes. How do I change this to make it better? The principle is always the same. But I got to change, I got to restructure the plan so that it'll work for this now. Right.
Well, before we go, there's a couple of things we need to do here. Number one, if you have any words of motivation to the listeners, I do truly want you to share that with them before we go.
One of the thing I want to teach people, remind people of is you were created for a purpose. You must fulfill the purpose you were created for. If you're going to be a person that's in business, please do something that you have a passion for and an understanding about. If you can work in your purpose, I don't care if it looks like you can't make money, it can be monetized. You need to learn to monetize the very thing that you were created to do. The problem with so many of us is we tend to go after what can make us a lot of money. If you work hard at what you're doing, the money will follow.
Definitely.
People will note who you are. You are created for a purpose. You're not created to fulfill every purpose in the world. And I'm not all things to all people. Understand the audience that you serve.
Thank you. Well, this went very fast. I'm going to have to get an hour show. Yes,
you are, because I like sitting here. I miss radio call.
Hey, I'm glad to have you on here, Cynthia. I truly appreciate you blessing my show very, very much. All right, everybody. This is it. Well, we got to come back next week. So thank you for joining us. You're on the ledge, and this is the Real 1100. Have a good day.
And boom, there it is. Thank you for listening to On the Ledge with Carl Callender. Don't fall off. Be sure to come back next week. See you then.
Thank you for listening to another Old Fashioned Health Network show on the Real 1100.